Hi, everyone. Welcome to the BL Week in Review. I'm your host, BL Songbird. Welcome back. Hello. How is everyone today? I am just giving everyone uh, forewarning that I am a little out of it today. So, might need extra help with everything in the chat and stuff. So thank you for being here and, helping correct me if things go wrong. Anyways, okay, so this is the BL Week in Review. We talk all things BL or Boys Love, mainly live series adaptations. So if you are after the anime side of things, I know less about that. I had just a forewarning, if you will. The next little bit of housekeeping is don't forget to like this video or this live. Hit the like button, and then leave a comment later because that helps the algorithm on YouTube, and it helps us reach further, if you will. So yeah, there's all of that. Um, I am feeling pretty good. It actually feels like fall here in California, which is pretty cool considering it's almost October. So today's been nice and cloudy and it's been enjoyable. And I don't know, I've been like addicted. Addicted is the strong word. I've been spending a lot of time on X. And Okay, yeah. I've been spending a lot of time on X because this last weekend was the end of my Magic Prophecy. And they had like two evenings of not fan con, like final episode fan meeting. They did it twice. And then also this weekend was the Josca Wynn fan concert. And honestly, I was surprised by that. Josca Wynn are two actors from GMMTV. They are well known for their series My Golden Blood. And they're going to be in a series called Only Friends Dream On. And I don't know, like this is a duo that has surprised me significantly in their popularity and in their like ability to flirt with each other. I don't know. And then like honestly, Joss must have worked really hard because I thought the singing was pretty good too from all the clips that I saw of that fan con over the weekend. So lots of goings on in the world of GMMTV, which is one of the big worlds that I follow. So yeah, hello, everybody. There's lots of people here already. Love it. Okay, so a little bit about the formatting. This is interactive. Feel free to open up that live chat and chat with everybody. I promise we're all super nice. This is a safe space. Spoilers come at the end. I will announce when it's time for spoilers and then spoil away after that. Um, And we will be talking about My Magic Prophecy. We'll be lingering on that series a little bit, if you will, at the end when we come to the spoiler section. So that's kind of the plan for today. In the meantime, let's get on to the week in review. This week I'm going to be starting with new series that are already released. So not upcoming series, but ones that have already had a first episode. So we'll start there. Series number one started on Monday. So today is Tuesday. So that was yesterday. And it is the international release of A Man Who Defies the World of BL. That is correct. That is the title of this farcical series. It's season 3. So, no, my electricity isn't down. I feel like something has gone wrong. Your screen is frozen and we are in waiting mode. For us, is everything is okay. I enjoyed the first season and can't remember the second season at all. LOL. So I'll watch season 3 and have my memory jogged. Okay, so Valerie, I think it must be your internet having issues. You might want to try refreshing. Might help you out. Totally haven't caught up. My dad has been keeping me too occupied. I can see you fine. For us, everything is okay. Okay, all right, all right. Figured it out. Okay, so a man. I generally like parodies, but the execution is not my cup of tea, and it was also not in the previous seasons. Oh, interesting. I I watched season 1, and I thought it was fantastic for a man who defies the world of BL. And then season. I started season 2 expecting it to pick up where season 1, like right where season 1 left off, and it did not. And I got irritated. And I don't even know if I finished season 2 because I was irritated because I was like really into it. So, there's that. Now, it could be that each season can stand by itself. And I didn't quite realize that we weren't doing continuations, but there it is. So I haven't started season 3 yet, but it is Japan. It is a parody, and it is on Gaga Ulala because, as Gaga Ulala has now officially said on social media, they are the place to go for Japanese BL. They've kind of taken like center focus for this BL series from Japan. Um, the series is hysterical. Season 1 was really funny, and it took all of the tropes and made them just absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, super fun if you like that kind of thing. And if you're okay with like non-continuity between seasons, you might be, I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me in the comments if season 3 could be a standalone. And if it could, that's awesome. Okay, the next series that started is called Air Moment. It is from Thailand. It is on Sundays. It currently has no international release. However, there has been word that there may be an international release in the future, so we just have to wait on that. It's kind of fun because it is a sci-fi series. If they end up figuring it out, so that would be cool if it got an international release. If you like VPNs and no Thai, it is available. I believe it's available on View Thailand. VIU. I enjoyed the first 2 seasons, but I watched them long enough ago that I am planning to rewatch them prior to the next season. Chas, that is a good point about A Man Who Defies the World of BL. All 3 seasons are available on Gaga. They're not like in separate spaces. They're all under one heading, and you just click on the little numbers to go between seasons. But they're all there. So yeah. Okay, the next new release. People might be excited about this and want to chat what Thai series. The Thai series is titled Air Moment. AIR, like the air. It is not on international platforms at the moment. You might be able to find it somewhere. Okay. The first major series started on Saturday. The Wicked Game, everybody. If you are a fan of that and Off-Road, send a shout out in the comments, right? Because they are fabulous. And honestly, this series is shouting mess, and it's shouting Lacorn, which is essentially a Thai soap opera. It's in that vein. So very messy, lots of drama, and they really started off with the drama right off the bat. But Off-Road's character is really, really fun. So yeah, The Wicked Game on Saturdays from Thailand on iQIYI. So yeah, there's that one. I loved The Wicked Game. I love me some That Woo Off-Road. Exactly. Right? I adored That Woo Off-Road. The first episode was very much setting up the characters and whatnot, so I look forward to the next episode. Right? It was a really strong, solid story set up. Which, all of their story series have had a really strong story set up in episode one. So yeah, pretty cool. If you are new to the world of live action BL series, that one Off Road work for a Thai company. They work for channel 131. One is spelled out, and 31 is like the number 31. 131 is a little bit newer to the world of BL. They haven't been doing it very long. I do believe, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, if you know more, that they kind of specialize. They kind of take the Licorne road in general, and they are very, very good at Licornes. That's like their thing. So this show is available on iQIYI, but because it is 131, it is also available on YouTube. YouTube 131 YouTube subtitles are delayed by about 2 weeks typically. So if you're okay waiting, then it is available there. I just saw someone on X say that it now has episodes 1 through 4 with subtitles. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Not 1 through 4. It only has episode 1. Wait. Give me a second here. Coming through. Okay, my brain. I warned everybody that my brain was a little off. The one that has 4 episodes with subtitles is Love in the Moonlight. I apologize. Also 131, also a Thai Licorne, except a period drama. And there are 4 episodes out already for that to be the case. Oh my gosh. I'm not turning red or anything. A little embarrassing. Okay, but 131, honestly, I haven't checked to see if they've put the Wicked Game up yet or not on YouTube. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. You guys can check for me. I apologize. It is for sure on iQIYI. Century of Love went onto YouTube with delayed subtitles, so I'm going to make an assumption that it's probably there, but I have not looked yet. I apologize. Okay, let's check out the chat. Let's see here. I really like the couple dynamics of this series, and I'm eager to see how the story continues, even though this was my first series with that one Off-Road. Awesome, also. They are fun to watch, without a doubt. Okay, onwards. That was The Wicked Game. The next series that is airing on Saturdays is titled and I mentioned this last time because it was in the upcoming shows, but it's officially aired its first episode, so you'll have to let me know what you think. Lover Merman, that is correct. If you were like, huh? Yeah, Lover Merman. It is a series about mermen who live on an island, and it is like I watched episode 1 and it was giving Hallmark like vibes. It had a very I don't know how else to describe it. Hallmark movies have a very specific like tone to them and vibe, and this series mirrored that a little bit. So yeah, it's a Thai series. It is available on Viki in some places, and it is available on Gaga Ulala in some places. So depending on where you are, it might be on either one of those. And it is airing on Saturdays. And my thoughts are, I'm going to try one more episode because of the uniqueness of the genre. So let's see here. I watched Lover Merman. I didn't mind the first episode. I'll continue with it. Yeah, it's interesting that 131 is releasing 2 major BLs at the same time, right, Chas? Like, how unusual is that? By the way, everybody, that is a first. 131 doesn't normally have 2 going at once, and oftentimes doesn't even have 1 going. So the fact that it has two right now is a big deal. Merman. I might return to it. I might not. That is fair. The merman theme is fascinating, but I don't personally like the premise of the main couple's dynamic. For me, also, I didn't even really understand the main couple's dynamic in the first episode, other than the one guy. I guess the fact that the one guy is a player is something. It was nice to see the brother from Love Stage. Wow, Katie, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing that because I didn't know that. Honestly, though, Love Stage is one of those that I picked up, watched a few episodes, and put down again because it just didn't grab me. All right. Next one is the journey to, and then on my notes I put dot dot dot. Because, well, this is a live feed on YouTube. But the journey to dot dot dot, the rest of the title you can look up on Gaga Ulala, is airing on Fridays. It's from Japan. I did end up watching the first episode with my friends because they wanted to watch it. I was not planning on watching it. That's why it's not on any social media platform. But here I'll say it was an interesting setup. And for those who like that kind of genre, I think you'll enjoy it. But that genre is just not really for me right now, if that makes sense. I watch it occasionally, but for some reason it wasn't compelling enough of a story for me personally to deal with the types of thematic matter that it addressed. All right. Let's see. I didn't miss anything with Love Stage. Yeah, I don't know. There you go. A journey to dot dot dot. Finally, a mature themed naturalistic Japanese BL that I've been waiting for after Happy. Is it Happy of the End? I think it might be Happy of the End. But yeah, it is right in that vein. So if you liked Happy of After the End or Of the End or however it's worded, I think I might have seen it both ways actually. You will like this series. It has got the same kind of thing going for it. I really want to watch it. It seems so messed up. Yep, there's that. I found the main character in Journey to be quite annoying, but I'll watch the next couple episodes then decide. That's fair. Everybody has their own like vibe they've got going on, and don't pay attention to me at the end of the day, right? If you like the genre, and you liked Happy of the End after the end, whichever one, you will like this series. I promise. So super fun for those who are into the genre. Absolutely. I actually didn't finish that one either though. Like I think that genre just simply isn't for me. But for those who were into it, they thought that show was fabulous. So Happy of the End. Okay, also, so it is Happy of the End. Um, a lot of people have had that typo, I think, because I've seen that before. Okay, onwards. All right, the journey to dot 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 because we are on a live. Japan, Gaga Ulala. Have fun with that one. Those are my list of new series that has started as of today. So between last Tuesday and today, those are the series that started. If you happen to have more, you can go ahead and put that in the chat. We're going to move on to upcoming series. The Wicked Game episode 1 is available on YouTube, and it already has English subtitles. So what? Look at them go. 131 stepping up their game. I am a wimp, and I couldn't get through the first episode of Happy of the End, so I'm sure this won't be for me either. Chas, you and I are like we're on the same vein there. I feel like we line up a lot. Okay, upcoming series. The first one, we've got some short ones starting this week from our beloved short story YouTube channels for Korea and China. So Love Reset is the Korea BL, one of the ones that has like short 5 to 10 minute episodes. It's on the True Film YouTube channel, and the preview had an established couple vibe, which is always fun. So that is going to be starting on Thursday. And by the way, Thursday has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new series. Thursday is special this week. Yay, Thursday. I don't even know. I've been catching most of the recent series this past year, but so many end with bad endings. So after watching the first episode, I may wait until it's over to see if it's another tragic ending. Ah, that's fair. Okay, so short from Korea, True Film YouTube channel, established couple vibe. Love Reset. The second one on Thursday at 25 o'clock, I think. It's like 25 dot dot 00, so 25 colon 00. At 25 in Akasaka, season 2. Starts on Thursday. Once again, our beloved JBL channel, Gaga Ulala. And it's another established couple because, well, if you've seen, you'd have to have seen season 1, but that's when they became, that's when they started. So yeah, that one's starting season 2 Thursday. Awesome. The third one is called Never Date a Capricorn, another short series. This one is the Secrets of Us YouTube channel, which you guys all seem to be watching a little bit more often. The series episodes are short typically. They're putting more behind paywall, so I make no guarantees about this series being available in its entirety to viewers. And it is in Mandarin Chinese. So, I understand your approach. I'm on it. I loved the first season. Yay. So yeah, that one should be fun. So for the at 25 in Akasaka season 2, I also really loved the first season. So the Japanese one, I'm all for that. Definitely watching season 2. Tass, thank you for typing it out in the chat bar. So yeah, it's typed out so everybody can copy it down. Love it. Okay, so the story, the fourth one is the story of, oh my, okay guys, I'm just going to apologize about the name. The story of Bi Hyung, Enchanted Master of Goblin. That is quite the mouthful. It is the fourth series starting on Thursday. It is a Korean BL, bigger, more established one. And it's going to be on iQIYI and Gaga Ulala, possibly depending on where you are in the world. So that one looked fairly entertaining. It's got that fantasy element going on with it. And yeah, another one on Thursday, guys. That one is a mouthful. I'm beginning to wonder if I should have some sort of graphic, but at the same time, I'm hoping people will come and find me on Patreon and check out my Discord server because you'll find links to everything for previews and updates and new series and all those kinds of things. So that's part of the reason why I haven't created a graphic organizer for this live, just on the off chance and hope that people join me over there. Okay, onwards. The fifth series starting on Thursday. It's not really starting. It's for Destiny Project. Their last story was 2 episodes long. Was called The Last Night, and it ended last week on Thursday. And so this is their new story. It's called Red Moon and Wine, and Thailand has all the series at the end of the day. You can find it on YouTube internationally. I do believe it's the cut version. So if you want all the shenanigans that comes from a 9NAA series, um, you'll have to use a VPN for View Thailand again. But it is on YouTube for everybody. And Chas has the goods again. It will be on iQIYI in the Americas and parts of Europe and on Gaga in Southeast Asia. Yes, that. And that is for the Korean series, the story of Bi Hyung. Okay. On Friday, Oh my goodness. On Friday, a series called My Little Ghost is beginning. It's from Vietnam. It will be on YouTube. And yeah, yeah, that's it. That's what we've got, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Trying to decide. I have on here to share a little bit of my Discord server with you all so you can see what it's about. You know what? Let's do it. Why not? All right, I'm going to share a little bit of my Discord server so you guys can kind of get an idea of maybe if it would be something that you would find worthwhile. My my Discord server, everybody. I don't know. I know it's just like a brief little intro, but I'm doing my best to be good at promoting myself. So you guys will have to let me know if like if it bugs you, let me know and I can do less of it. But hopefully, why does it say the video capture device is working? Should there be audio here? Oh, I know what happened. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, guys. I realize now that in the film only section, I like the place I switched it to, I didn't add sound to that particular. I didn't add sound there. There was no sound because I didn't add sound to that bit. Hopefully the little visual thing worked. We could see the video, so it made sense anyway. Okay, thank you, Katie. Ah, the same company that did Stand By Me that had a total runtime of 6.5 hours. It's so embarrassing. But that's what happened, guys. Though that happened because I didn't add the audio. I will get better at this over time. Anyway, the point is I wanted to share that with you guys and try the self promotion thing, and I'll get better at it. We'll keep working at it, and thank you for being my guinea pigs. I appreciate you all. Uh, okay. The last bit, we already talked about the last night having ended. I didn't watch it. I saw some comments on X, not very many because, well, again, it was just on View Thailand. But the last night, Thai BL cut on YouTube. I didn't really feel like watching the cut version, so I just simply didn't watch it. And I heard it was more of the same from that company, even though I was thinking we were going to get something different. So there's that. Okay. Next is My Bias is Showing. It ended. It's ready to binge. If you like a good Korean drama, it is on iQIYI and I believe also on Gaga in some countries again. Um, it was light and entertaining. Was it anything to write home about? About? No, not precisely, but you know, enjoyed it. Fairly entertaining. There you go. My Bias is Showing. Korea, iQIYI, Gaga Ulala. If you need something to do of a weekend, that one could be for you. And finally, we've got My Stubborn. It's officially over. I'm sure some are crying about that. But both special episodes are out, and the saga has come to its conclusion. So, the special episodes were a lot. Absolutely a lot. I haven't finished the second special episode yet, but um, the spice level is off the charts for sure. Absolutely. It was okay. It was cute. It was fine. That was all for My Bias is Showing. Yes, okay. I really liked it. The ending it wasn't as strong as I thought it would be, but I had fun anyway. DeLorean, I think you were onto My Stubborn, maybe, or My Bias is Showing. It's hard to say. Okay, My Stubborn, My Bias is Showing. The final one, definitely spicy. That was a lot, My Stubborn. Yeah, the emojis pretty much cover it from Yuritsa. It was a lot. It was really a lot. I don't know what to say. I don't want to like stare off into space too much, and I can't think of anything to say. So I'm going to just move on. We're coming to the spoilers section, just about. The final series that ended on Sunday is My Magic Prophecy, which, before we get to spoilers, I just have to say to the general audience, I loved it. I loved it and I highly recommend it if you like some rom-com vibes. It was some rom-com with like an edge. There we go. It was a rom-com with an edge. So, mm, My Magic Prophecy is free. It is on YouTube. Go watch it. Okay, on to spoilers. Oh my goodness. That was for My Bias. Okay, so DeLorean and Ossel are on. That's cool. DeLorean and Ossel both liked it, but they both thought it was a little lacking in the end. You Don't Know from Myanmar also ended on Sunday. Thank you, Ossel. I missed one. That happens sometimes. You are on it. So I wasn't watching that one either. Myanmar series are a little tame to fit within censorship for that country, but they do the best they can within the constraints they have. I'm sure it was fun. Okay. We are on to the spoilers for My Magic Prophecy. Spoil away. Let's do it. So, My Magic Prophecy is with Jimmy and C. Jimmy and C are well-known actors from GMMTV. This is their third series together. They were first paired in Vice Versa. Then they did the hit Last Twilight, and somehow they have managed to top it again with My Magic Prophecy. Now, Last Twilight got everybody in the feels, but and when I say top it again, I mean in the sense that I thought their acting was great for Last Twilight, but they seem to have managed to up their game and improve again. Like it was just outstanding. The acting was in this series. I was thoroughly impressed. And I totally believed that they were soulmates and completely in love with each other. Like the looks in their eyes and on their faces was just like, wow, those two people are completely in love with each other. That is amazing. So, kudos to Jimmy and C on that. Uh, all right, let's start with favorite moments, everybody. What were some of your standout favorite moments from the series, My Magic Prophecy? You don't know disappointed me. Okay, good to know, Cericia. Going back a little bit, you don't know was a little disappointing. Good knowledge. Having not seen it, I wouldn't know, so I'm glad we had somebody watching it. I like seeing Soren chill out a bit, not as frantic. Okay, so now we're going to have some extra spoilers. I love it. But I didn't like Julian's friends putting all that doubt in his head. He was still too insecure for 1 year into their relationship. Okay, that's fair, DeLorean. You Don't Know was a huge disappointment, but after it ended, I saw that those endings are the norm for Myanmar productions, so I'll be skipping them from now on. Okay, that's fair, DeLorean. I enjoyed My Magic Prophecy. I do think the murder storyline was fairly nonsense, but the show overall I really liked, and Jimmy C were adorable. Yeah, that's fair. My Magic Prophecy was 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. I am with DeLorean's direction. The interview at the end was so cute. Absolutely. I want to see First playing more morally gray characters. Didn't he do a fabulous job, everybody? First was a fabulous bad guy. He was just such a pretty face, and it made it extra creepy. I really liked the end when they were interviewed as their characters. Yes, all of Jimmy's improvising throughout the series was fun because you could see C's genuine reaction. Yes. Um, Jimmy took improvisation to a whole new level. If everybody's wondering about that, he had some moments, and like they were all shared on X via the director, sometimes via Jimmy. Um, yeah. For example, the moments where he decided it was a good idea to sit on In's lap, like when Tap sat on N's lap in like the super flirty stage, that was improv. And from what I'm aware of, the final kiss of the whole series in that interview also improv. Jimmy, you are having some fun. Standout for me was the ending interview. Super cute. That was Jimmy and C, not their characters. Some people were thinking maybe I saw Tappin in up until the very end, and then I had a question about Jimmy's improv at the end. I was wondering, like, well, maybe not that part. I thought his Heart Killer's role was morally gray some of the time as well. That's fair. He also did that really well too. It seemed to me that these two characters were the closest to Jimmy and C's real personalities than anything else they've done. Um, what did they say? Jimmy particularly. Jimmy said he had trouble making sure that his character and he were different. So, like he had to spend a lot of time like finding ways to make them not the same. And so that was interesting. I think C. What did C say? C said, I believe that his was less like himself, that there were parts like himself, but not everything. It seemed to me that these two characters, even the product placement scenes, were well done. Yes, KT, yes, the product placement scenes. Well, you were aware that it was product placement because Well, unless this was your first GMM TV series. If this was your first GMM TV series, you'll have to go watch it a second time and catch all the product placement because I think it was well placed enough that if you didn't know that that was a thing, you wouldn't have noticed, which was perfect. Um, anyway, Oishi has been a major stakeholder for GMM TV series for years. Years and years. I don't know. I feel like 2000, at least 2018 and maybe even earlier. So we definitely had some great Oishi product placement in this show. This show is no different. Okay. So that final scene is a favorite of mine, but honestly, when C in tap when in was playing the guitar and there was the scene in front of the tent after tap into and tap. Okay, in. Oh my gosh, my brain. Okay, in is playing the guitar in front of the tent, and Tap had recreated the garden from that had gone to neglect, and he was singing that song for the first time. That pretty much did me in. That song is titled Moonlight, and it is on the list of favorite BLOST for the year. It might have even end up being like my favorite song of the year. I don't know. I love that song. That song just got me hardcore, like seriously. So that scene I will always remember because dang, wow, all of the things. Okay, let's see. What are other people saying? So let's see here. First has said that he really wants to play a villain, and from this series, I think he would do great. But then he got sad after he was caught, and he was our lovable first again. Yeah, well, I'm okay with that in this particular case. I know some people were like, he shouldn't be forgiven. I don't know. I was okay with him being forgiven myself. I feel like everybody needs a little forgiveness. And I don't know. Tap is just such a loving person. Like I feel like it fit within his character okay. I don't think it was so outside his character to make it implausible. Um, I could tell that they loved playing these characters, which added to its appeal. Yeah, right? They loved playing those characters. It was in every scene, the love of it. I'd love to see first in a total psycho role. It would be amazing. Okay, all right. I had such a hard time hating first as a character. I adore the actor too much. Yes. And then the fan meeting in the weekend, all of the clips one of the days were basically a first in Cowtongue because Cowtongue was in the audience. Why was he in the audience? For first, because yeah, it was a whole thing. For a second there, it almost seemed like the weekend fan meeting was a first Cowtongue fan meeting rather than Jimmy and C. But they were just too adorable. Uh, all right, let's see what else. I really really liked Save and Frank in this. They didn't have a lot of on-screen time, but they made the most of it. Looking forward to their next project. I hope they stay together. DeLorean, that would be pretty cool. They were fun. I thought they built a lot of chemistry for the little time they had, so I agree with you on that one. All right, I have an important question for everybody. Tap or in? Which character it okay. Which character would you want to sit down and have a conversation with? Tap or in? For me, honestly, I think I'd find in more fascinating because being a fortune teller who actually, in some cases, saw the future and seems to have a really like intuitive knowledge of people. He'd be interesting to sit down and have an afternoon chat with, maybe with a cup of tea. So for me, it would be in. I would love to have a chat with him. Oh my goodness, everybody is like in. Yeah, okay. For me, it's in. Everybody, we're all on the same page. You're like, let's have a chat with the storyteller, with the fortune teller. Somebody wouldn't have forgiven Karn. Oh my gosh, Karn. Yeah. Okay, that's the Chas and KT were having a conversation about Karn and whether they would personally have forgiven him. Um, I'm with you. I wouldn't have forgiven him either. Like, no, 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 no. I think I would be traumatized, like hardcore traumatized. There's no way. In so he can do a reading for me. Yes. Oh, that reminds me. I was happy for In that he had stopped having as many visions at the end. Yeah. Yeah, I was happy for him too. I was like, okay, thankfully he's getting a break. His all his people are okay for the time being. That's what I took that as. I'm like, ah, the storm has passed. All of his people are okay for the time being. It's beautiful. Okay. Um, I have one final question for everybody for the way out, and that is, what would you want if they did Our Sky, season 3, and My Magic Prophecy was on the list? What would you want to see in a special episode? Like, what plot would you want? And my final question. I know this one might be a lot, but I'm hoping you guys come up with some fun stuff. Or maybe everybody is going to be in agreement and want one thing and one thing only. Um, I'm kind of curious. Is everybody going to want the same thing? I will definitely want like I'm going to back off because the camera did not adjust. I'm definitely going to want a wedding. And to be honest, they just seem so happy in that village that I would love them to go back to that village and like move there. I'd love there to be a decision in a special episode of them moving to that village and Pat becoming a local doctor and in like just being the helper of the village and them getting married. That is what I would love. um Tat becoming a doctor in the community that In was from. They are now a married couple. Same page, Valerie. You, me, same page. Starting a family. Oh, that would be so cute. That would be, yes. They could be starting a family too. So just like the actors I think the actors loved their characters. I fell in love with In and Tap. Um, it was almost like, do I need to write a fan fiction? But then that would be like, well, the story was already so good. I don't know if I would want to write a fan fiction about that story. But I actually really fell in love with those characters. It's the first time in a while that I've fallen in love with two characters, and I was very sad on Sunday when it ended, but also super grateful because I thought that they ended it really well. So yeah, my magic prophecy. We'll look at the chat a little bit longer, and then that will be it for today, guys. Okay, let's see. DeLorean, yes. As BL Songbird said, the Myanmar series, especially those approved by the censorship board, such as You Don't Know, differ from BL in countries without censorship. Yep. In this way, they are similar to the Chinese ones that don't avoid censorship by being released internationally. I understand that for some, they are lacking and the endings are dissatisfactory. Okay. Censorship is hard. You have the romance without the romance sometimes. Um, However, not being able to show everything leaves space for our imagination and also enables the focus to shift to the emotional aspect of the relationship rather than the physical side. That's a good point. Thanks for the more detailed explanation, also. I appreciate that. Chas, I agree. Many reactors have said the same thing. It would be ideal if they would move to the village and Tap as the village doctor. That would be a fun way for me to like relive watching it again. Uh, watch reactors, or maybe be a reactor. I don't know. I don't like doing full reactions. I like doing like review analysis videos with clips. rather than watching the whole show with people. That's just me. For me, it was the second male lead being unalived. I appreciate that you guys are adding censorship into the chat. Thank you. Because then when I read it, it's already censored because I tend to read things verbatim. So, kapkuna. kapkuna ka. For me, it was the second. Okay. This was so much fun. I have to run. Have a great week. Yuritsa, you as well. All right, everybody. We're out of time. Have a great week. I will see you on the other side. Lots of stuff going on. Until next time. Bye, everybody.